Alright folks, what's going on? It's Keener here. Got a different type of video going on today. We're not even going to be spending that much time in the game at first. Started off with this new episode pass is really going to lead us into what we're talking about today. Way down at the very end here. These two guys, the Lightspeed tokens. So we have the tier 2 here and the tier 3. This is with the free pass. This is with the paid episode pass. I do buy the episode pass, so we'll be getting the paid version as well. And today I'm kind of just be going over how you can potentially plan to use these. I know it's far out. I know we have 26 days in this, and some people may not get it till the 26th day and 16th hour here. But eventually, hopefully everybody gets to these point and is able to take advantage of these tokens. So I actually have a sheet prepped here for us today. So I went ahead and I broke it down. This first part is going to be strictly analytical, not involved with people's accounts and specifics at all. So this first part is strictly talking about value and talking about what you get out of these Lightspeed tokens. So from these Lightspeed tokens, like I said, we're getting one tier 2, which is the lower one, and we're getting one tier 3, the higher one, if you buy the episode pass. So taking a look at that on this here, this is a screenshot coming directly out of the post on the forums. So a tier 2, which corresponds with column E here, you got all of them are level 85, 4-star, gear 7, and sorry, gear 12. I don't know why I thought X was 5 for a moment. Sorry, gear 12, ability level 4, and then the tier 3, level 85, 5-star, relic 1, ability level 5. For me, the ability levels don't really matter. The level 85 doesn't really matter, but it's a nice bonus, saving credits. Actually, I will say it matters. I take that back. It definitely matters. And then the stars and the gear are, in my opinion, the biggest component of this. So looking at this strictly first from an efficiency standpoint, and we will be talking about bottlenecks as well with that, is a lot of the big bottlenecks that you are going to come across in the game, without a doubt, have got to be Kairos. Everybody at different points of the game needs Kairos. And then also your energy. Obviously, where you put your energy is something that is impactful, because what you spend your energy on to farm one thing keeps you from farming other things. You only have so much energy, limited resource. Definitely not something that we have over the top amount of. Um, and then like Kairos is gear, so I guess I'm gonna make this gear. But the biggest issue I feel people have is Kairos, and I think that across the board will be agreed with. Others, I'm sure, have different ideas, but I think that across the board is a semi-popular opinion. So, with that being said, I have here for every single character that is available for these tokens, which I forgot to mention earlier, is strictly smugglers. So all of these characters are smugglers, and these characters are the ones listed. So I have the character listed out here, the total Cairo for the entire character, getting all the way through its gear level 12, all 6 slots filled. So for these top ones here, you can see there's 100, which are the old characters pre-Revan, and then the newer ones that are since Revan that have more Kairos. So what we need to account for here, and when looking into these Kairos, is how much they have at different gear levels. So I went ahead and illustrated this here. So basically, when it says Kairo saved, all the characters that have 100 Kairo requirement, all of that Kairo is held or distributed within the 6 pieces at gear 12 level. So for the characters, let's go for example to Enfi's Nest. We'll jump back to the game real quick. All of his 100 relics are going to be, actually let's just go to all characters, is going to be when he's in a position similar to my Revan here. All of his 100 is in these 6 slots at gear 12 before going to relic levels. So essentially, if you are using the free pass, and this is no discredit to you, if you are using the free pass and only getting tier 2 right here, and you go for any of these characters, you are saving yourself 0 Kairos, which in my mind makes it really hard to use the token on this. keep in mind, we got these four here, Kira, LS37, Vet Han, Vet Chewie, that are all Cantina energies. So again, not even all that hard. Obviously, you are spending a lot of Cantina energy on different things throughout the game. I'm not saying Cantina energy isn't valuable, but we all know that a Cantina farm goes by a lot quicker than a fleet farm or a normal farm. So I really have a hard time justifying, especially for those four, these five actually, considering Young Hong as the guild store. And then something else I want to bring up is that one of the benefits of this is that you get the accelerated star level. But for young Lando, that's not really all that useful because it doesn't boost his ship at all, and his ship shard node is the same node as his normal shard for his character. And if you're going to go for young Lando, you might as well get the ship too. Like, you might as well use him to his fullest capacity in all aspects of the game, right? So in my opinion, I wouldn't recommend doing this. I'd farm it normally because you have to get the ship. And I meant to delete that earlier. But back to what we had here. Bing, 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 bing. That immediately takes out all of them. Then there's other things to consider, like the fact of do they go into anything or if are they in the raid? And I have that indicated with yes or no for raid, and then I spoke about or put comments as to what um, character requirements they went into. And I may have missed some. I really don't think I did. The only one that I might have is Zori, and the only reason I think that is because 400 Cairo character, every other one at least has one requirement. I don't know. Maybe Zori's just not required for anything, which would make me right, so I'd be okay with that. Um, but so in my opinion, if you got the free pass and you're only getting the 2-star, you should be picking somebody from this list where it will save you at least 300 Kairos. Again, I would also recommend, like I said before, perhaps going for a character that's normal energy. Then what do you know, Zori has no requirements, but Jabba has requirements. That could be really tempting depending on where you are in the game. Say, disregarding the energy part of it and disregarding Jabba, say you want someone for the new raid, Hondo or Sana could be tempting. So could Enfi's Nest. Enfi's Nest is a character that if you have the paid version, I still wouldn't recommend it because all you're saving is 100 Kairos as opposed to 400. But, like, if you're really needing to push the raid soon, like, I get it. I get it 100%. But, alright, enough of that. Now gonna kind of break up into like goals for the account, which is kind of what we were talking about here. Like, so if you're going for raid, then obviously the raid characters could potentially be your priority. If you're going for GL Hondo, GL Ray, Spring Leader Kylo, Jabba, Dr. Afra, Starkiller Profundity, like any of those things that are listed there, that could sway you towards something. So I'll just put journey guides, I guess. Um, you could be pulled many, many different ways. So now going over all that and having explained it, I think fairly well. I think your best bet to be spending characters on is here. And there are definitely other spots where I could see it happening, and you'll see a little bit more of a visual breakdown here on the next sheet. So what I kind of have going on here is reds are I really advise against it. Yellow, you could convince me. Like, I'm not telling you to go do it right now, but if you told me the situation for your account, I could see it happening. And then green, you don't have to convince me. I understand it straight away. In terms of the efficiency side of things with Kairos, everything down here, I understand it. Whether it be you love Zori, or you're such a late game player that that's the only one that benefits you, or whatever it may be, because Zori is, in my opinion, the least valuable of these five, which I think is a popular opinion. Again, unless I'm missing something here. Um, so the two dark green are what I'm thinking are going to be the two that I'm going to use on my account. So now we're going to jump back into my account. Again, obviously I don't have these tokens right now. I won't for at least a couple of weeks here. Nobody will. So jumping into my account, I will be able to show you guys kind of where I stand with all these and what led me to this decision, I think. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So let's jump in here and you can go ahead and see Lightspeed tokens right here. So I don't have them obviously, so there's none in my inventory. but you can go ahead and click on them. I'm just going to click on the R5 one. So you can see here where I'm at in terms of levels and in terms of stars. And I'll let you know that if they are at level 1, they have 0 abilities upgraded, so you also know their ability level. They have no mods. They are naked characters, essentially. Nothing equipped to them. So the way that I was kind of thinking about this, you obviously saw the list that we had highlighted here. So how I ended up on Dash and Skiff. So I'm going to be really honest, sorry, with nothing here. Sorry, not the one for me. Sana, in the raid for Dr. Afra, but again, not the one for me. On my account, the first GL that I'm going to be going for is going to be Java. So with the Java requirement, plus the Star Killer Profundity, and the ship being a Java requirement, these two kind of took it for me. I could have been swayed if I didn't already have Hondo. I wouldn't have needed to be swayed. If I didn't already have Hondo at 7 stars and level 85, granted I still haven't done any abilities yet, and I've only done 2 gear levels for God knows what reason. But I would consider doing this. But the other thing to go along with that is all of the other farms that I already have going on for the raid. Like, I am already pretty exhausted on spending my energies and my gear pieces and whatever, and I haven't applied anything to this because as my guild just started a new raid, and I wanted to see if I could beat the tier 1 with all these fresh yellow um, no gear added yet, so that's why they're like that. I may have to be adding pieces soon, because I do plan on continuing these guys up. I don't know if I'm going to rush these guys to relics before them, just because the Bad Batch seems like it's going to have less purpose in the long run. Kind of still figuring that out. But again, if I wasn't in a position where I knew this is what I was pushing harder for in terms of raid, then I would totally consider going the Hondo route. These two I just have here because they still have their era battles going on and I can pick up some of their shards. But yeah, that's kind of how I narrowed through my logic. Hondo, Dash, and Skiff Lando were my top 3 with absolute certainty. But due to the fact that I'm going to get the same amount of Chirotech save from all 3, Hondo is not going to get the level 85 benefit or the 5-star benefit. So he loses a whole lot of efficiency right there. Granted, that's only now like what, 3 million credits now that everything's cut in half. But in terms of the star level, let's go ahead and see what energies those things were. Cantina, normal, Cantina. So the normal, I'm saving a ton of energy. Because what, 5 stars is, I guess, isn't that technically only a third of the shards? I don't know exactly, but I still feel that that is the most efficient path that I really have forward in terms of saving resources and taking time out of my farms. So that's where I feel that I'm going. Feel free to leave in the comments where you think you're going to spend yours, whether you are episode pass and getting 2, or if you are free to play, or just not someone that didn't buy this episode pass and not getting the second one. Feel free to let me know below. I hope you all are doing well. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, do whatever. Adios, sayonara, and take care.